last time we talked was immediately after the Biden administration's completely botched withdrawal of in Afghanistan. I see that you're still speaking out on that, and your point was quite simple. We need to get our guys out, and it's grossly irresponsible not to have done this the right way. What is the status of that today?
Just this week, we finally had a hearing about it. So you think like some of these things are bipartisan, right? Getting out of Afghanistan was bipartisan. Why did it take all the way till now, 500 some days after we left Afghanistan, to have a hearing about how we left Afghanistan? I mean, you don't have to have served in the military to know that getting the military out first and then getting the civilians out is the wrong way to do it. First you get the civilians out, then when all of our people, no one's left behind, then you pull the military out. And they did it the other way. And frankly, what we had yesterday or this week is we had a Marine Corps sergeant who was manning a post as a sniper. They had intelligence that said there was going to be a bombing. He found the bomber, made calls to his superiors, and said, "I've got the bomber. Do I have authorization to take him out?" We don't know. You don't know? I mean, that should be like, yes. And if you can't say that, well, you put the wrong guy in the sniper tower. I mean, if I had one as an officer, I trust my guy, or he wouldn't be my guy looking there. And if you got him, take him out. No leader made that decision. Company commander, battalion commander, on up the chain, no one made the decision. So this poor guy sitting there can't do the right thing. And part of it was they prosecuted guys like him for taking initiative on their own. Even when they got it right, sometimes they went after him because it violated the rules of engagement. And it was even the right decision. In that case, it would have been the right decision. Well, what happened? The bomber planted the bomb. He blew up this area, killed 13 Marines, nearly killed this guy. He lost his right arm and his left leg in that explosion. And it was just gut-wrenching to watch this guy's testimony and see what happened. Other people on the panel, civilians, most of whom had served in Afghanistan at a prior point in their lives, had people that they felt responsible for getting out. Our government had a complete moral failure to get these people out. They were inexplicably, we had people in Mazar-e Sharif who were on manifests. I had dozens of blue passport holding American citizens records who were on an airfield, not Kabul where the government said it was okay, including the Taliban, the Afghan government, said it was okay, but another area. Why? Because these were the people that had been helping us, the people that the Taliban would kill if they went to Kabul. So we were trying to get them out. The State Department was actively blocking it. You had these citizens who came and used their own resources, found a way to get planes in and help get people out. They get a clearance to go to a safe third country, which is what refugees do. And the State Department would literally contact the safe third country and stop the plane from leaving over and over again. So, I was working with the state.
Glenn Beck has told this story about his efforts on this show, and that's precisely the same story he tells.
And we finally had a hearing about it. We had to get a Republican majority to even have a hearing. And to this day, whether it was because of the civilian money that had to be spent or the bad decision, that let people be killed because no one would make a decision on the ground, not a single person's been held accountable. No one's been fired. No one's had any disciplinary action in any way for all these failures. And that's been the systemic problem with so much of government, so much of the war on terror. The leaders that make the bad decisions that sit here in this city in Washington, D.C., never held to account. And shame on us if we continue to tolerate that. So I hope we build momentum. I pray that it's bipartisan, that we hold people to account for it. And frankly, I hope that we can pass a bill my colleagues and I are working on that will actually pay back the people, some of whom drained their life savings to cover for the moral failure of our government. But the American people stepped up and did the right thing. So, I think it's inspiring in a lot of ways to say America is going to keep its moral compass, but America's government daggone, how do we not hold them accountable for this moral failure?
So you may not want to answer this question. I'll give you an out if you don't. But my question on this specific question of the botched exit in Afghanistan, is this gross incompetence or was this purposeful chaos?
Gosh, motives are always hard to pin down but I can't come up with a rational explanation for why would you block a plane that already got clearance to leave and go to a safe third country from leaving? Like, why would you do that? I can't understand why you would say that would be okay.
Me neither. Makes no sense.